tell you, with 4 days to go until we decide the election of our lifetimes, it sure feels like we're winning this one. Celebrate on the 6th of November the victory of our lifetimes for this state. Every single one of us coming together in every single county in Texas. Republicans, if you're here, we're glad that you joined us. Democrats, we'll take you as well. Everyone, every single one of us coming together, and what I love is that there's not a single dime from a single political action committee or special interest. All people, all the time, everywhere, coming together, not against anybody else, not against another political party, not against anything, but for the United States of America and we were on our way over here just now, got a little bit lost, on our way out of the neighborhood, and who do we see but a gentleman in a Beto t-shirt with a clipboard going door to door. And when I got out of the car to introduce myself to him, he did not look in the slightest bit surprised. He was like, hey, Beto, I would love to talk, but I've got some doors to knock on, okay? I gotta win this election. What you're doing here in Collin County is absolutely exceptional. I mean, we have not seen this before. In the first 10 days of early voting, 4 years ago, 2014, the last midterm election, 77 votes had been cast. In the first 10 days of this year's election, 2018, 234,000 votes. It's nuts. It's 3 times the number of voters who voted 4 years ago. Turning out for this country, it's students who've never voted before. It's just older Texans, perhaps some who've never voted in a midterm election before, who know that this is a defining, deciding midterm election of our lives. It's Republicans who've never cast a ballot for a Democrat, but they know that their party affiliation cannot define or limit their ability to participate in exactly what this country needs right now. In other words, it is all of us. It is those who greeted us in the parking lot and said good afternoon. It's those who said buenas tardes. It's everybody in every language, from every walk of life, every culture, no matter who you love, no matter who you pray to, no matter how many generations you count yourself in America, or whether you just got here yesterday, we're all in this together at this moment, and nothing feels as good as this. At the moment that so many of us question whether 242 years into this experiment that is the exception and not the rule in world history, that is the envy of so much of the rest of the planet, whether we could still pull this off, whether our meanness and our smallness and the polarization and the divisions and the pettiness and the partisanship would consume us and define us going forward, whether the people of the future would look back with regret on the people of 2018. But to that smallness, we match the moment with our confidence, with our courage, with our strength, with this big, bold, beautiful heart that can only come from Texas. Making it happen. And I feel as hopeful, as inspired, as encouraged, as optimistic as I ever have in my life. I know that our greatest days as a country are still ahead, because I have met you in every single one of the 254 counties of Texas. No matter how blue, no matter how big, no matter how small, everyone is worth listening to, being served, of being represented, of being fought for, and that's what I want to do for you for the next 6 years in the United States Senate. Whatever challenge before us, making sure that for every veteran who comes back having borne the battle, put their life on the line for this country, that they be able to see the healthcare provider, the the specialists get a roof over their head, have help getting back on their feet if they've taken a step back. Make sure that we match our commitment to them, given what they have done for us, ensuring that every service member serving tonight has our full support wherever they are around the world. Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Somalia, Yemen, Libya, Niger, it does not matter. I want them to know that we support them and that we will be there for them. We will understand why we ask them to fight, and that the world's greatest democracy and the greatest deliberative body within it is willing to ask the questions, what is victory? What is our strategy to achieve it? And why do we ask you to potentially give your life, to take the life in the name of this country of others? If we can answer those questions to our satisfaction, let us bear any burden, pay any price, win these wars with all we've got. But if we cannot, and if we're not willing to even ask the question in the first place, then let's end the wars that we are in today. Bring our family members back home. Let the families and their communities building their lives back here again. Let's go from the least insured state in the United States of America, where it is harder to see a doctor than in any other place in the United States. Let's take our experience of failing to be there by and for one another, so every single one of us can live to our full potential, and use that to our advantage to make sure that we lead the way on guaranteed, high-quality, universal health care for every child, mental health care, primary health care, specialty health care, and universal health care also means every woman makes her own decisions about Let's make sure that this big, bold, immigrant, asylum-seeking refugee state, that's what so many of us were, whether it was this generation or 10 generations ago, leads the way on an issue that we know better than anyone else. Standing up to make sure that never again is another child torn from the arms of their parents. Rewriting this country's immigration laws in our own image, to look like us, to reflect our experiences, our families, our communities, ensuring that no dreamer fears deportation back to another country. Their country. Let's make sure that every policy that we craft is crafted out of pride, out of confidence, out of strength, out of compromise, out of finding the common ground and the common cause that allows us to achieve the common good. Let's leave fear, timidity, and smallness behind us. Let's go forward to the best things that we can achieve together. Every school teacher in this state, so many of them working a second or a third job just to make ends meet. You need to know that the way that you have been there for us in the past, we will be there for you going forward, insisting that you be paid a living wage so that you can focus on that child, making sure that when you retire, it is a retirement not of poverty, but one of dignity, that we recruit the next generation of world-class public school educators into our classrooms. Let Texas lead on excellence in public education. Are you with me? Whether it's the challenge of climate change and making sure that this planet does not cook another degree and a half Celsius, after which we lose it for the generations that follow, setting the bar a little bit higher, allowing our ingenuity and innovation to come to bear on the problems and the opportunities before us, whether it's ensuring that in a state where you can be fired based on your sexual orientation, where as a foster child in the foster care system, you can be denied a loving home because some people under Texas law might be too gay to be able to adopt them, then we are going to stand up. We are going to stand up for the full civil rights of every single one of us. Certainly in who you love matters at all. I want to make sure that on the challenge of criminal justice reform, in a country that has the largest prison population on the face of the planet, a prison population that is disproportionately comprised of people of color, that we make sure that it is truly equal justice under the law, that we end the war on and it's arrested for possession of a substance legal in most of the rest of the country. Whatever the challenge is, know that we are up to the task. We're going to live up to our promise and our potential as a country. The people of Texas are going to help to lead the way. And if you keep doing what you've been doing so far, allowing yourselves to hope, allowing yourselves to be inspired by one another, how you doing? If you keep this up, and make sure to only vote once, okay? But if you keep this up, and you get everyone in your life to vote in the numbers that you have been voting so far, in 4 days, we are going to celebrate the victory of our lifetime. And for every generation that follows. Let me ask you, are you ready to win? I'm ready to win this with you. Thank you so much, Plano. Thank you. Reminded me of an iron rule of the year 2018. If we do not take a picture of the fact that we were here and post that on social media immediately, it doesn't happen. So